All right, Bulldogs, welcome back to this series on Seneca's letters to Lucilius. In this video, we are going to be going over letter 28 on travel as a cure for discontent. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and click the playlist here, and you can start over from the very first letter. I am going through all of letters, Seneca's letters to Lucilius, and providing commentary on these. This is one of the best philosophical texts that I have ever encountered in my life. If you are interested in Stoic philosophy, if you want to know about Stoic philosophy, if you want to change your life and become fucking hard as diamonds, mentally tough, Stoic philosophy is where it's at, and you're going to want to click subscribe, click the bell to get notifications so you get all of the videos in this series on Stoic philosophy as we're going through this, and we are on letter 28 today. Letter 28 on travel as a cure for discontent starts off 1. Do you suppose that you alone have had this experience? Are you surprised as if it were a novelty that after such long travel and so many changes of scene, you have not been able to shake off the gloom and heaviness of your mind? You need a change of soul rather than a change of climate. Though you may cross vast spaces of sea, and though, as our Vergil remarks, lands and cities are left astern, your faults will follow you whithersoever you travel. Powerful message opening this up. Just the idea that you cannot escape yourself. Everywhere I go, there I am. Such an important concept to understand. So many people, not just through travel, but definitely through travel, try to escape themselves in life by changing their situation, by buying a new car, by getting a new girlfriend, by buying a video game, by playing World of Warcraft online, by traveling, okay? By doing all kinds of things to distract themselves from dealing with the deeper issues of who they are. Some of it is drinking, some of it is drugs. All kinds of addictions are all the same thing that Seneca is talking about in this case. He's just using the example of travel, okay, because travel is one of the common things that people would do back then. But you have to understand, at least to avoid their problems, which we do today, right? But whatever it is, problem avoidance and not dealing with yourself is, it doesn't matter what you do, it's never going to change. You are who you are. You got to deal with that shit. All right, that's what we do here on this channel, and that's what Stoic philosophy is about. Number 2, Socrates made the same remark to one who complained. He said, "Why do you wonder that globe-trotting does not help you, seeing that you always take yourself with you? The reason which set you wandering is ever at your heels." I'll stop here to talk about that, okay? You're trying to escape from yourself. The reason why you're unhappy is because of you, motherfucker. It's you. You're the problem. Okay? You're the fucking problem. It's not your environment. It's not your mom. It's not your dad. It's not your girlfriend, your significant other. It's not your family. It's not your fucked up job, your boss. It's not any of those fucking things. It's not Trump. It's not the economy. It's you, motherfucker. It's you. Okay? If you try to escape it by traveling or by doing something else, you're carrying yourself with you. You can't escape you. You have to deal with you. If you've got a problem with life, if you're not just overjoyed every day to live your life and thinking that everything is gravy, and if you feel like you're a victim, the problem is you. What pleasure is there in seeing new lands or in surveying cities and spots of interest? All your bustle is useless. You ask why such flight does not help you? It is because you flee along with yourself. You must lay aside the burdens of the mind. Until you do this, no place will satisfy you. Number 3, reflect that your present behavior is like that of the prophetess whom Vergil describes. She is excited and goaded into fury and contains within herself much inspiration that is not her own. The priestess raves, if haply she may shake the great God from her heart. You wander hither and yon to rid yourself of the burden that rests upon you, though it becomes more troublesome by reason of your very restlessness, just as in a ship the cargo when stationary makes no trouble, but when it shifts to this side or that, it causes the vessel to heel more quickly in the direction where it has settled. Anything you do tells against you, and you hurt yourself by your very unrest, for you are shaking up a sick man. So what he's saying is that the shit that you're doing to avoid yourself, the traveling, the drinking, the whatever it is, okay? The avoidance tactics, that's actually shaking the shit up. The reason why you're more miserable is because you're shaking it up, right? The cure is not to shake the shit up, okay? It's to deal with it. And the more that you try to avoid it, and the more that you try and run from your problems and who you are and not face yourself, okay? And I did this for plenty of years. The more that you do that, the more that you're going to fall deeper and deeper into the spiral of depression and self-doubt. 4, that trouble once removed, all changes seen will become pleasant. Though you may be driven to the uttermost ends of the earth, in whatever corner of a savage land you may find yourself, that place, however forbidding, will be to you a hospitable abode. The person you are matters more than the place to which you go. I want you to think about that. The person you are matters much more than the place to which you go. For that reason, we should not make the mind a bondsman to any one place. Live in this belief, quote, I am not born for any one corner of the universe. This whole world is my country. So what he's saying here is really simple. Once you fix your shit, okay, then it doesn't matter where you are. You're going to be happy wherever you are. And again, this doesn't mean just traveling. It means in life, okay? A person who has developed themselves, who has this bulldog mindset, as I keep on emphasizing here, okay, what I describe as the bulldog mindset, feels fulfilled. They're happy wherever they go. Whatever circumstance you give them, whatever you give them some stale bread for dinner, they're happy with it. You tell them they have to run 10 miles with a rucksack on, they're happy about it. It doesn't matter. Life is great. It's grand. You've dealt with the problems of life, okay? You're confident in yourself. You're secure in who you are, okay? You've addressed these issues. So it doesn't matter what the circumstances of life are. Again, some places are not as pleasant, right? He talks about it in travel, but it doesn't matter because once you have this mindset, once you've dealt with these issues, once you've really studied philosophy, again, this is why I encourage you guys to study Stoic philosophy. Once you've done that, then it doesn't matter where you are. 5, if you saw this fact clearly, you would not be surprised at getting no benefit from the fresh scenes to which you roam each time through weariness of the old scenes. For the first would have pleased you in each case, had you believed it wholly yours. As it is, however, you are not journeying, you are drifting and being driven, only exchanging one place for another, although that which you seek to live well is found everywhere. So, again, this is the same thing. Like most people go through life drifting. They're looking for happiness. They're looking for the thing that is going to make them feel good, and they never find it. It's everywhere. It's within themselves. And so while they're traveling, while they're experiencing these things in life, they're not in the present moment. They're not being present. They're not actually experiencing life. A good book on the present moment and being in the presence is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Okay? I did a review on that. Go check that out. But this is the key, right? If you are seeking these things out, you're not only gypping yourself because you're rattling up the boat and disturbing the sick man and making things worse. But in addition, what you're doing is you're preventing yourself from enjoying the journey, right? If you're going to a destination to run away from your problems and yourself, you're not actually enjoying the ride. And that's the saddest thing in life, is when you go through your whole life without living it. Number 6, can there be any spot so full of confusion as the Forum? Yet you can live quietly even there if necessary. Of course, if one were allowed to make one's own arrangements, I should flee far from the very sight and neighborhood of the Forum. For just as pestilential places assail even the strongest constitution, so there are some places which are also unwholesome for healthy mind, which is not quite sound, though recovering from its ailment. So he's talking about the Forum here. Basically you could translate this to modern day news, social media, gossip places where you're just going to hear a bunch of shit that is not helpful to you, is not encouraging, and it's just complaints and gossip, okay? So avoid that shit. It's going to fuck up your mind. Number 7, I disagree with those who strike out into the midst of the billows and, welcoming a stormy existence, wrestle daily and the hardihood of soul with life problems. The wise man will endure all that, but will not choose it. He will prefer to be at peace rather than at war. It helps little to have cast out your own faults if you must quarrel with those of others. So what he's talking about here is like, don't go, again, he's talking about the Forum, but he's like, stop being a fucking social justice warrior, okay? Some of you need to hear this fucking message. Stop it. You're not going to fix all of society's problems. Fix you. Work on you. You got plenty of work to do. Okay? Going out and trying to argue with people on the internet and this kind of bullshit, it's not helpful. You might say, John, aren't you exactly doing that by making this channel? Fuck, I don't even care if you're watching this. I'll still make this fucking channel. I'll still make this video. It's for me, okay? And what I mean by that is it's for me, but it's also for the people that care about this shit. All right, if you don't care about this shit, fucking get lost. Unsubscribe. I don't care. Get out of here, right? If you're here because you want to be a fucking bulldog, okay, then you're here in the right place. We're all in good company. We are teachers and students to each other. Okay, this is it's fine, but I'm not going to go out there into a hostile environment where people need to have the bulldog mindset and try to fucking slap the fuck out of them and give them the bulldog mindset. If you come here and you want it, I got it. Let's do it. Okay, but stop it. All right. Number 8 says 1. There were 30 tyrants surrounding Socrates, and yet they could not break his spirit. But what does it matter how many masters a man has? Quote, slavery has no plural, and he who has scorned it is free, no matter amid how large a mob of overlords he stands. Such brilliance here, right? What he's saying here is he's saying if you have one master, it doesn't matter how many you have. If you're a slave, you're a slave. You're either free or you're a slave. If you're a slave and you got 50 masters, what the fuck? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, right? So, are you gonna be a slave or not? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Number 9. It is time to stop, but not before I have paid duty. Quote, the knowledge of sin is the beginning of salvation. This saying of Epicurus seems to me to be a noble one. For he who does not know that he has sinned does not desire correction. You must discover yourself in the wrong before you can reform yourself. So this is, a real simple phrase, but the knowledge of sin is the beginning of salvation. What does this mean? It means that you need to actually examine and figure out where you went wrong. If you do that, then you can change your ways and you can become better. But if you're unwilling to do that, if you just self-rationalize and justify all your actions and you don't look clearly in the mirror, I've got a video on looking clearly in the mirror and facing objective reality about yourself. If you don't do that, you will never improve. Number 10, some boast of their faults. Do you think that the man has any thought of mending his ways who counts over his vices as if they were virtues? Therefore, as far as possible, prove yourself guilty, hunt up charges against yourself, play the part, first of accuser, then of judge, last of intercessor. At times be harsh with yourself. Farewell. Such a great way to end this, and such truth. You know those people that brag about their vices as if they are virtues, right? Because they say, oh, I'm angry. Oh, I can't control my temper. Oh, I'm so lazy. Oh, I can't do that. I can't go without food. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. They give themselves all these vices and they're proud of this shit, right? I mean, yes, they recognize that these are faults, but they gladly share them with you, right? Their lactose intolerance, their gluten intolerance even, right? I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of you if you have these issues, but the fact that you're sharing them with everyone as if they're a good thing, they're not a good thing, okay? It's not some of these things you can't help, but they're not a good thing. You're taking pride in these things, and it's going to be very hard to let go of something that you attach to your identity and you take pride in. So you have to let go of these things. You have to stop lifting them up, okay? Instead, he's got a really good advice here. Prove yourself guilty. Hunt up charges against yourself. Play the part first of accuser, then judge last of intercessor. Be harsh with yourself. This is taking an honest assessment. This is looking at yourself clearly in the mirror and saying, this is what is fucking wrong with you, John. You need to fix this. It doesn't mean that you don't have appreciation and value and kindness to yourself and empathy for yourself, but it means that you're willing to kick your own ass because you love yourself that much, that you are not willing to see yourself be less than what you are capable of being. You want the best life for yourself, so you must be honest with yourself. That is all I have for you guys today. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.